Welcome back, everyone, to Inherited Dawn, a One Piece podcast.
Today, we're diving into Chapter 124, titled The Tea is Delicious.
And let me tell you, the only thing being served in this chapter is pure, unfiltered desperation and one of the most clutch, gutsiest plays we have seen from a Straw Hat yet. It's a title that is so wonderfully, cruelly ironic. You see it and you think, oh, maybe they get a moment of peace. No, you do not.
The irony is the entire point, I believe. Oda is using that placid, peaceful title to contrast with the sheer life-or-death panic that permeates every single panel. It immediately sets the reader on edge. And the tea is delicious, but only to someone whose very soul has been put on standby.
Exactly. It's a chapter about a hijacking of the will, and at the center of it, Usopp takes a bullet for his captain, not in a grand defensive gesture, not by throwing himself in front of an attack, but with a calculated shot of his own to snap Luffy out of a spell. It's a profound display of trust and sacrifice.
It's a sniper sacrifice. He doesn't use his body as a shield, he uses his one shot to create an opportunity, knowing full well what the consequence for him will be. The faith required for that action is staggering.
It's the kind of moment that builds the legend of this crew. It's not just about the captain being strong, it's about the entire crew being willing to lay it all on the line for each other in their own unique ways. If you want to be on board for every single one of those moments as we break them down, make sure you're part of our fleet. Hit that subscribe so you don't get left behind on some forgotten island.
A very real danger in the Grand Line. Now, let's get to the candle.
We start right in the thick of it. No preamble, no setup, just pure chaos. Nami, Zoro, Vivi, and the giant Brogy are stuck to Mr. Three's giant candle service set. The wax is rising, they're spinning like some kind of morbid wedding cake topper, and Nami is rightfully screaming at Luffy to do something.
The design of the structure itself is so insidious. It's almost playful in its construction, a giant cake stand, but its purpose is to slowly, inexorably suffocate and encase them. Mr. Three's art-themed villainy is on full display. He doesn't just want to kill them, he wants to turn them into a monument to his victory.
A wax statue collection. It's creepy as all hell. And while this is happening, the crew's powerhouse, their get-out-of-jail-free card, is just gone.
But Luffy is just sitting on a rock, enjoying a cup of tea. He even comments on how good it is. The paneling here is genius. You have this wide shot of Nami and Zoro in mortal peril, and then a tight, calm close-up on Luffy looking completely serene. The visual disconnect is jarring.
It is maddening to see. It's one of the most frustrating moments in the entire series for me on a first read. We've seen Luffy get stuck in a cage by Buggy, we've seen him get knocked out, but we have never, ever seen him with the ability to act, aware of his friend's plight, and simply choose not to. He looks right at them. He understands they're in trouble, but he has absolutely no drive to move. It's like the anti-Luffy. Oda is showing us what he would be without his defining trait, his will to protect his friends.
It's a chillingly effective way to establish a threat. How do you fight an enemy who doesn't attack you, but instead attacks the very concept of who you are? It's a metaphysical threat, and you can see the confusion and horror on Nami and Zoro's faces. They're not just scared of the wax, they're terrified by this stranger wearing their captain's face.
And sitting right next to him is the cause, Miss Goldenweek. She's just casually painting, completely unbothered by the life-or-death situation she's created. She looks like a kid on a picnic. That casual, detached cruelty is almost worse than Mr. Three's gloating.
She treats it like a game. To her, this is just another canvas. Her demeanor suggests that this is entirely normal for her. It makes you wonder what kind of mission she's been on before and who else has been neutralized by her strange power.
Vivi, bless her heart, puts it together immediately. Even while she's about to be turned into a wax figure, her mind is working. She's not screaming for help, she's analyzing. She knows this isn't the real Luffy. That's a testament to how well she's come to know him in such a short time. She has faith in his character, even when his actions betray it.
Miss Goldenweek then explains her power, which she calls Color's Trap. It's a form of hypnosis or suggestion achieved through her painting. The green she's painted on the ground beneath Luffy is some kind of calm green, which is what's making him so docile and inclined to have a tea party. She explains it with such a casual air, as if describing a particular blend of paint.
It's such a brilliant, soft power kind of threat. It doesn't turn him evil. It doesn't make him fight his friends. It just turns him off. It completely neutralizes the one thing that makes Luffy, Luffy. It's like taking the engine out of a muscle car. All the potential is there, but there's no ignition.
It also raises the question of what this power actually is. It doesn't present like a devil fruit. There's no transformation, no elemental control. It seems to be an innate artistic skill, which makes the world feel so much richer. We've seen powers come from training, from technology, and from devil fruits. This is something else. It feels almost like magic in a world that is typically defined by its own strange science.
Exactly. It's not all just about the three big power types. The Grand Line has people with just weird, specific abilities, like Django's hypnotism back in Syrup Village, but way more subtle and way more dangerous. Django's was this big, clumsy performance with a swinging ring. This is just a dab of paint. The simplicity makes it terrifying. How many other people are out there with these niche, seemingly non-combat abilities that can completely derail a powerhouse?
It implies that a powerful will might not be the only defense against such things. It's a mental attack, and Luffy, for all his willpower, is famously simple-minded. He's not one for complex psychological defense. He is, in this moment, uniquely vulnerable to this specific attack.
Meanwhile, while Luffy's having his zen moment, Usopp and Karoo are executing their classic tactical retreat into the nearest bush.
The tried and true Usopp method. And it fails spectacularly when Mr. Five and Miss Valentine literally drop down from above or right on top of them. The comedic timing is perfect, but the threat is immediate.
Oh, it's a total Looney Tunes moment that immediately turns into a horror movie. They don't waste any time. Mr. Five explains that Luffy is under a color suggestion, almost bragging about his partner's ability. It shows the synergy within the Baroque Works officer pairs. They know each other's abilities inside and out.
There's a professional pride in his voice. He's not just a thug. He's an agent who respects his partner's craft, even if her craft is painting people into an action.
And then it's just on. He flicks an explosive booger, a move that is somehow both disgusting and incredibly lethal. Miss Valentine jumps into the air for her 10,000 kilo press. There's no villain monologue, no posing, just immediate lethal action. They are here to clean up and that's it.
It's a stark reminder of who the officer agents are. They're professional assassins. For them, this is just another job. Usopp and Karoo are just loose ends to be tied up. Compare this to Arlong, who needed to make a grand speech, or Don Krieg, who had to boast about his fleet. These agents are efficient. They identify the target and move to eliminate it.
But you gotta give it to Karoo. That super spot-billed duck is putting the whole team on his back, dodging explosions and a human wrecking ball. He's the real MVP of this chase. Usopp is screaming his head off, but Karoo is focused, his little legs pumping. He's faster and more agile than you'd ever give him credit for. He's not just a mount, he's a combat partner.
He embodies a loyalty that transcends species or logic. He is utterly terrified, yet he never once thinks of abandoning Usopp or Vivi. He is, in every sense that matters, a member of the crew.
Back at the Candle, Vivi proves again why she is essential. She comes up with a plan that is so simple and so perfectly tailored to Luffy, it's a stroke of pure genius. She doesn't try to reason with him. She doesn't try to shock him out of it. She appeals to his most basic, fundamental nature.
She offers him a snack.
It's so beautiful. It's the most Luffy solution imaginable, and it comes from Vivi. It shows she's been paying attention. She knows that deep down, beneath the green paint and the hypnotic calm, the real Luffy is still in there, and he is perpetually hungry.
She knows he can't resist. She just needs him to take a single step forward, off of the green circle that Miss Goldenweek painted. It's a plan that weaponizes his gluttony for his own good. It's a perfect checkmate in one move.
And it works. He takes one step and he's back. The real Luffy is online. The switch flips instantly. You see the panic in his eyes as he realizes what's happening to his friends. For half a second, you feel this massive wave of relief. The music swells in your head. It's over now. The hero has arrived.
But it's not. Miss Goldenweek is just too quick. Before Luffy can even move, she dabs a new color sigil directly onto the back of his shirt. She was prepared for this. She had a contingency. This isn't her first rodeo.
A laughing yellow, it seems. And just like that, he's gone again. utterly useless, laughing hysterically while Nami and Zoro are about to be suffocated in wax. This moment is somehow even worse than the first. The first time was confusion. This is just pure, distilled despair.
The look on their faces, it's pure horror. They had him back for a second and then he was snatched away again. The hope was just erased. It's one thing to have no hope at all. It's another to be given a glimpse of salvation only to have it ripped away. That is true psychological torture.
That's what makes her power so terrifying. You can't punch a color. You can't outwill an emotion that's being painted onto you. How do you even begin to fight that? It circumvents all of Luffy's strengths. His rubber body can't nullify it. His physical power can't overcome it. His incredible willpower is the very thing being suppressed.
It's an impossible situation, and the wax is now up to their chins. The panel showing the wax reaching Nami's mouth is genuinely claustrophobic. They're out of time. Mr. 3 is gloating, creating a wax dagger, ready to put a flourish on his masterpiece.
The chase is still going on elsewhere, and Mr. 5 is getting annoyed. He's a professional, and this duck and a long-nosed coward are making him look bad. He realizes he can't catch Usopp and Karoo on foot, so he escalates.
He pulls out a .44 revolver, a very anachronistic piece of technology for this island of dinosaurs. It feels out of place, which makes it feel more threatening. It's a piece of the modern, brutal world intruding on this prehistoric setting.
But of course, he puts his own devil fruit spin on it. He's not some common thug who just uses a gun. He makes it his. He doesn't load it with bullets. He breathes his explosive breath into the chambers. He calls it a breeze breath bomb.
It's a devastating combination of his fruit power and a weapon. It shows a level of ingenuity that makes him more than just a brute who makes himself explode. He can imbue his fruit property into projectiles. This opens up so many possibilities. Could he make an explosive sword? Explosive cannonballs? It shows that the top agents of Baroque works are masters of their devil fruits, not just users.
It's also just a super cool visual, an invisible explosive bullet. Usopp sees this. He knows they can't outrun that. He's a strategist, even when he's terrified. His brain is always working, calculating angles, escape routes, and probabilities. He knows this chase is a dead end. The equation has changed.
So he changes direction. He doesn't run away. He runs back towards the giant candle. It seems counterintuitive, running towards the main threat, but as you said, he's a strategist. He knows the only way to solve this problem is to address the root cause, which is Luffy's incapacitation. Fleeing is just delaying his own death.
And he arrives just in time to see the whole nightmare scenario. Nami, Zoro, and the giant Brogy are almost completely encased. Vivi is right there with them, helpless. Luffy is on the ground, rolling with laughter, completely oblivious. It's the crew's darkest hour, laid out right in front of him.
And Usopp, the observer, the sniper, puts the pieces together. He sees the symbol on Luffy's back. He hears Miss Goldenweek's casual comments. He understands what she did. He knows that's the source of the problem. No one else is in a position to see it. Zoro, Nami, and Brogy are trapped, and Vivi is right next to them. Only Usopp, from a distance, gets the full picture.
And in that moment, the coward of the crew makes the bravest decision possible. He knows he can't fight Mr. 3 or Mr. 5. He knows he can't stop the wax himself. The only path to victory is to get his captain back online, and there's only one way to do that.
So he aims his slingshot not at the enemy, but at his friend. This is such a critical Usopp moment. His primary role in a fight is not direct combat, it's support and tactical strikes, and this is the ultimate support move.
He fires a flame star. It soars past the villains who probably don't even register it as a threat to them and burns the shirt right off Luffy's back. It's not an attack, it's an intervention. It's an act of pure, unshakable faith in his captain. Faith that Luffy would understand. Faith that this was the only way. And faith that once freed, Luffy would handle the rest. He put the entire outcome of the battle on this single, precise shot.
The strategy is sound. The yellow symbol of laughter is destroyed. Luffy is free. But in doing so, Usopp has revealed his position and made himself the most immediate target. He has left himself completely exposed. He chose to save the crew over saving himself.
And there is no hesitation from Mr. Five. He doesn't question it, he doesn't gloat, he just turns, aims his invisible bullet revolver, and fires. He executes his job with cold professionalism.
Usopp goes down. It's not dramatic or flashy, there's no big speech. It's just a brutal, sudden gunshot. The panel is stark, just the sound effect, and Usopp's body hitting the ground. It's shockingly realistic in a series full of over-the-top attacks.
Luffy sees it all, the fire on his back, the laughter suddenly vanishing, and then the sound of the shot. He turns his head one way and sees Nami, Zoro, and Giant Brogy moments from death. And in that silence, you feel everything shift. The entire tone of the manga changes in a single panel.
The laughter is gone. The confusion is gone. All that's left is this cold, quiet rage. Oda draws Luffy's face completely in shadow, with just his eyes visible. There's no goofy grin, no comical anger. It is the face of someone who has just witnessed the unforgivable.
We've seen him angry at Arlong. We've seen him get serious with Karoo and Krieg. This is different. That was anger born of righteous fury for what had been done to his friends' homes and pasts. This is a cold, immediate rage born from watching his crewmate get shot down right in front of him because of his own helplessness. The guilt and fury must be immense. He just looks at them, Mr. 3, Miss Goldenweek, Mr. 5, and Miss Valentine, and says, "I'm going to defeat all of you." It's not a boast, it's a statement of fact.
And every fiber of your being believes him. They crossed the one line you can never, ever cross with Monkey D. Luffy.
They hurt his friends, right in front of him, and now they're going to pay for it. Super.
You were saving that, weren't you?
I was. That moment earned it. The fury of a captain who just saw his crewmate go down for him, that's the heart of this whole story. It's not just about adventure, it's about the fierce, violent protectiveness that defines these bonds.
It truly is. It's interesting, too, that Oda's author comment for this week was about going to an anime rap party. He said the anime is made possible by the remarkable people behind it.
That feels right. He's telling a story about the power of a crew, a team, and you can tell he values his own team that helps bring it to life. It's a beautiful sentiment. He understands that even a singular vision like One Piece is a collaborative effort in the end, just like a pirate crew needs every member to function.
It's a nice parallel. The strength of the bonds on the page is reflected by the strength of the bonds making the series. The trust Usopp puts in Luffy is the same kind of trust a creator has to put in their editors, assistants, and animators.
What a chapter. Seriously, one of the all-time greats for setting stakes and defining character. If you were on the edge of your seat during that final scene, let us know what you think Luffy's very first attack is going to be.
I have a few ideas on that myself. My first prediction, he's not going for Mr. 3. Logically, Mr. 3 is the main threat to the people in the candle, but Luffy doesn't operate on pure logic. He's going straight for Mr. 5. It's personal now. Mr. 5 is the one who shot Usopp, and Luffy is going to make him the first to fall. It won't be a long fight. It will be a statement.
Ooh, I love the specificity. Vengeance before strategy. That is very Luffy. Okay, my first prediction is that Luffy is going to use fire. Not in a big special move way yet, but in a practical one. He just had his shirt burned off his back by a flame star. Fire is on his mind. He's a battle genius. He knows he needs to melt that wax. I think we're going to see him use friction, maybe a rapid fire punch against the base of the candle to generate heat and start melting it from the bottom up. He'll solve the problem and vent his anger at the same time.
That's a very Luffy solution, turning a brute force attack into a precise tool. My second prediction concerns Miss Goldenweek. I don't believe she's a direct combatant. Her entire power set seems to rely on preparation and a target that isn't actively trying to punch her through a dinosaur. The moment Luffy gets up, furious and focused, her ability becomes useless. She's going to try to flee. Her power requires a calm target and time to set up, neither of which she has anymore. Luffy's rage is a direct counter to her calm green.
That makes perfect sense. She's support, not front line. She's like the debuffer in a video game. Once the main tank has aggro, she's gotta get out of there. Okay, my final prediction is that Karoo is going to get a hero moment. While Luffy is dismantling the Baroque Works agents, Karoo is going to be the one to actually help free Nami, Zoro, Vivi, and Brogy. He saw Usopp go down. Usopp is his buddy. I bet he gets something from Usopp's bag of tricks. A fire dial, a bit of oil, something Usopp dropped, and gets it to the candle to start the melting process, while Luffy provides the distraction. The duck saves the day.
I could absolutely see that. It would be a fitting tribute to Usopp's sacrifice. Karoo, his partner in that desperate escape, finishing the job he started. He is a member of their crew on this adventure, after all.
Exactly, he's earned it. Alright, that's what we're thinking. A storm of righteous fury is about to be unleashed on Little Garden. We'll see how it all plays out in the next chapter.